Monday guy Coley here. Topic of the week, as you seen on Sunday, is trans in the workplace and school. So, uh, alright, so with trans in I'll say in school first because I don't work, so you feel me? I can relate to the school part better. With transgender people in school, um, I guess it will vary to what grade you're in, also, and where you are in your transition. I would say if you are in middle school, it would definitely be harder because kids would just be ignorant. High school, I think it would depend on the area. In college, also, I think it would depend on the area and then like the amount of LGBT support. If I can talk about my experiences in college, well, if you see my videos before, I I just started college. I'm a freshman, and I left high school as like people didn't know I was transgender, and I started testosterone 2 days before I graduated, and I didn't really come out to anybody in my high school. So basically, to everybody that knows, I left high school as a female, like to other people, you know what I'm saying? And then I came back to college because I left high school as she. I came back to college, and it was he everywhere, like straight passing. So that in itself was extremely different, and still to this day when I hear he, it's like amplified. Like I don't know, I just don't necessarily, I still hear it like big because I'm still adjusting to it. I'm only 4 months on testosterone, so it's still in the beginning of my process. Within here, since I'm in a new location, people don't know that I'm transgender. You know, everybody just thinks I'm a biological male, and that's cool. But like, I'm not secretive about it. I'm not intentionally stealth. But of course, if I'm talking to somebody in class, what do you put a sign on your forehead and say you're trans? Like, nah. Like, people just don't know. My teachers know, cause I had to. Yeah, my teachers know, but and they respect it. All my professors on the first day of school, I think I told this story. My name wasn't changed on the roster yet, but I didn't want them to call me that. So I approached some of them or emailed them and told them, I'm female, male, transgender. My name will be changed soon legally, but I would like you to call me this. And they were all like, okay, and they respected it to this day. And they used the right pronouns also. My classmates also use the right pronouns, but they don't know that I'm trans. So as far as professors, it's been very accepting, and the administration at my school are very accepting of it. For situations like, for me, bathroom situations and locker room situations. Okay, so in the bathroom, I use the male bathroom. They also have a gender inclusive bathroom at my school. I use that, but they only have that in certain places. So if there's like, I don't really look for that. If it's there, I use it. But you know what I mean? I use the male restroom, but that might be hard for somebody that didn't coincidentally change locations before their transition. Like, I came from the Bay Area. I moved from the Bay Area to a new area, so people didn't know me before I transitioned. But let's say you've been like, you were in high school or something, it's your freshman year, and everyone knows you as she, and you transition and you start going to the boys' bathroom. That might be a little bit more of a difficult situation. But for me, since I had switched locations and there's 30,000 kids on my campus, people just don't know. And even if they do know that I'm transgender, for me, before I get into that, I also use the male locker room. They also have a gender inclusive locker room at the gym at my college, so I use that too. But like, it has a code, so like today I didn't feel like going to get the code, so I just went to the male locker room. Address the I'm in this little LGBT group, and we actually had a conversation about male restrooms. If you're trans or maybe a female watching this, or a trans person that doesn't use the male restroom, the male restroom is it's very tense. Like, I would say, like, no one wants to be like seen as gay in the restroom, you feel me? So it's like, when you're in the restroom, niggas, excuse me, people are like this. You walk past, y'all don't look at each other. Y'all don't ask how y'all doing. You do your shit, wash your hands and leave. You feel me? It's like very tense, like, versus like in a female restroom. I could speak on this because I've been in both restrooms. You feel me? In a female restroom, you wash your hands, you look over, female look over at you and be like, oh, hey, how you doing? All jolly, and they looking at what you wearing when you walk in. The male restroom, they're not looking at you. You barely make eye contact. Like, it's more intense because I know, like, for males, no one wants to be labeled as gay, and being friendly in a bathroom, that's kind of fruity. Like, not really, but in a sense of, oh, I don't want to be gay. Why am I talking to another man that I don't know in a restroom? I find the restrooms to be like, the male restrooms to be like very tense, and nobody really pays attention to other people because everyone's scared to be labeled gay. So it's like, when you go in, nobody looking at you. They don't care about what you got on. They're not looking at your face or who you are. So, like, for me, I never had the fear of the bathroom because, like, I know how dudes is. Like, they not tripping. They don't care what you got on or nothing. I mean, if you walk in with a tutu, they might be a little offended. But, for the most part, they not looking at you. You feel me? They doing their business. They getting out. That's just how it is. So for me, I'll go into that stall, handle my business, and dip. You feel me? So it doesn't. That's not a problem for me. But at the same time, I did change locations. And with that situation, I am on a panel at my school where I go to classrooms. I talk about my transgender experience, my transition, and everything. So I do come out to my peers, but there are just so many 30,000 people on the campus. Those classrooms, different classrooms that I go into each month, I'm never gonna see those people again. Like, they might know. What if one of those dudes is in the bathroom and they're transphobic? I've come to terms with myself. I guess when you make the decision to use the bathroom as a transgender person, to change the bathroom that you go into, the decision that you need to make is about your safety. We all know trans people are abused all the time. The media definitely amplifies that part of our lives. So I think within changing bathrooms, you also, even if you have an experience that I have where you just pass and people aren't worried about you, you do need to make the decision of, am I okay? Like, how would you handle the harm or a situation within going into a bathroom at a workplace or a school? I have come to terms with that it's about making a statement. So, any type of violence or whatever, like, that's just gonna have to happen, because it's a point where, you don't go use the bathroom that you feel like you're supposed to use because somebody at your school or workplace doesn't approve it. It's a matter of making a statement now and changing society's rules about the bathroom. So, like, if there's gonna be a situation, then I'm gonna have to handle that, and the next day I'm gonna go back in there, because it's about making a statement. But not everyone wants to make a statement like that, So I feel like you gotta make that type of decision. I guess in the workplace or at school, you can make the decision of being stealth or not, depending on when you transition, when you got there. Like, for me, I have the option, like, do I want to be stealth or do I want to be open about it? I struggle with this coming to college because I'm like, okay, like, a new area, I don't know nobody. Like, nobody in the city, you feel me? Nobody in my school. So I'm like, when I meet people, when I talk to people, I got like a study partner, and like, the people that I associate with on a daily basis don't know that I'm transgender. And I'm like, yo, like, I mean, I ain't knocking nobody that lives stealth, you feel me? But I don't really mess with that, you feel me? So for me, it's like, I didn't want to be that way, but it's like, do I bring it up when it's not relevant to the situation? The way socializing has changed with me being transgender and coming here and being a biological male to everybody, where I feel like physically I'm still loading, but to them I'm just me, is it's weird, like at school. So socially at school or in the workplace, I just come to terms with, you know, you don't have to necessarily wear it on your chest, like, oh, transgender. You don't have to, if you're studying with somebody for a math test, like this is the situation I had, studying with that person, and you know, you walking with them to the library, spend some hours with them, and you go to class, and you cool with them. Where in that context does it say that, you know, you feel like you need to say I'm transgender? For me, definition of a transgender male, biological male, they're both males, just two different types. You feel me? So for me, I feel like, you know, you don't have to be like, oh, I'm a transgender male. You know, in that context, there's no reason to tell somebody that you are transgender, like a student or a classmate. But if you get close to people, for me, at least in my situation, if I was to have like a cool a boy or a girl, and we got really cool, and we was close, and we were chilling together a lot, and you know, things was like tight friendship, I would tell them. You feel me? Because then that's a situation where I feel like you should be like, oh yeah, I'm trans. So you feel me? That relationship could keep on building, or it could just get cut off. Because when it's a serious friendship, you want them to love you for you. Yes, you are male. You're a transgender male, and for some reason, people in society might have a problem with the type of male that you are. So in cases of where it's a close friendship or something, I would, for me in my situation, I would come out. Um, in a workplace where you, or a school where you transition, um, you start your transition and finish there, I could see that being a little more difficult. Like I said, if you are at a job, and you need to change in the bathroom, and you have to start switching bathrooms, you know, you're looking more masculine, you sounding, you know, you don't think that women, speaking from a trans man perspective, you want to think that women would be comfortable around you if you went into the woman bathroom. But since those men know that you used to be a woman, and they like saw you as a woman before you transition, in that sense, from their lens, you know, they might not be comfortable with you there either. So where do you go? I say it would depend on the amount of support and understanding, and the closeness of the people in your job. People at your job may be, you know, they might be very supportive, and they might want to understand you and be like, oh yeah, you know, those males, they might not care. They be like, oh yeah, cool, you know, you one of us now. I've had an experience like that where I've talked to a bunch of males, and they just start bombarding me with a bunch of questions, like kind of in a disrespectful manner. But I didn't get mad, because I understand people have questions, and at the end of that came, oh, congratulations, bro, like welcome to manhood. You're one of us now. So it could be one of those situations where they might accept you, and you can go start changing stuff. Other than that, if it's not, you know, if you're not comfortable with the stance that I said, make a statement and go in there. Maybe you'll have to change outside or in the car or something, you know, stuff like that. What about in a workplace, when you apply for a job but you pass 100%? Is it necessary to tell your boss that you're trans or not? Shit, I ain't got no job. When I applied to the job a couple weeks ago, I did say I was transgender, but it was an activist job, so it was kind of like, it was kind of different than like McDonald's, because it was like LGBT rights and stuff like that. So I was already like, knew the support was there. I think a lot of with the school and the workplace situations, it depends on your take on being transgender, and if you want to take on that persona of being the person to make a statement and make a difference for the community, or if you want to be one of those people that are a little more standoffish, or if you're too scared. If you're scared but you want to make a stance, I would say get past your fears and take that stance. But you know, I mean, at the end of the day, I kind of feel like people that live still are a bit scared or either ashamed and haven't been able to like accept being a man, where they feel like they were born a female, but they, I feel like there's a conflict there in accepting that. But like, I would say it depends on your stance and your perspective for when you approach those situations. If you feel like you should tell people, should you run from whatever might happen to you, or do you feel like you need to stand up? Do you feel like if you were to get in a situation where when you stood up you would take abuse, do you feel like you would be strong enough to take that route and handle that type of situation? Would you feel like it's necessary for you to be that voice? Would you feel like making a difference like that? Or do you feel like fuck everybody else, I'm gonna save me? Do you feel like you're too small to make a difference of standing up in front of your job or your school? It just comes down to how you see stuff. Like for me, I made the decision, through my posts I try to motivate people, and I'm very open about my transition. I try to take I do take a stance in the fact where if abuse and fighting, whether verbally or physically, is necessary in a situation where you have no way to turn, like from a bathroom, I mean, I made that decision to take that stance. Others may not, you know what I'm saying? I don't think there's a right or wrong way. Well, I don't know. I do feel like in a way there is a right or wrong way, but then I don't. I mean, I feel like you shouldn't let society make you be scared of who you are. So I don't feel like you should shut that down and be invisible because of how bad it is to be transgender, or how much less of a man it is to be a trans man. I feel like you should honor that and like shove it in their face so they can shut up, because we need to keep fighting. But anyways, that's my theory. Yeah, I think that's it about the workplace and school. With if you already passing, in a situation where like me, like at school, I choose not to live stealth. But if it's not a situation where you have to like say the shit, you don't feel like you gotta, not living stealth isn't like, okay, let's say my study partner, you feel me, like you don't have to be like, oh, I'm trans, because you don't want to live stealth. If it don't come up, you ain't gotta say it. Let's say you talking about, in a sense, when you're studying with somebody, y'all not talking about the curriculum 25/8. Let's be real. The whole 3 hours or 4 hours that you're studying, y'all gonna get off topic a couple times. And let's say you talk about when you're younger. That would be a situation where you'd be like, oh yeah, I would be like, oh yeah, when I was a little girl, girl would be like, like in that situation, then yeah, I would say I was trans, and I would be damn proud of that shit. But at the same time, it's not like I wouldn't be scared. It's not like it would just be so simple for me. But it's just the fact that society make it so hard to be proud of who you are. So I refuse to be ashamed of it. So if that was a situation where I would still be scared, you feel me, and they don't know, I would still say it. But that's my perspective. So it would depend on you in the workplace or in the school, how you'd want to handle those situations. Some people might transition and move away from their past and forget everything. Just forget everything. Get a new job, go to new school, forget everything. Some people transition at that school, and they have to deal with people seeing them go through the whole thing, and that might be a little harder. But those are my experiences so far. This is I'm like 3 months into school, so this is my first social experience. So yeah, I hope my opinions helped you get a perspective. This your Monday guy Coley, and I'm signing out. Tune in for the rest of the week. Watch all my brothers' videos. You feel me? Come back on Monday. Watch your boy. We appreciate the support. Thank you for watching. For those new viewers, I appreciate you for coming. Now keep coming back. Those that are already returning, thank you for your support. We sincerely appreciate it. Have a good day.